Hello? Hello, is anybody receiving me? Is there anyone out there? Is there anyone alive? Is there anyone out there? This is an emergency broadcast. This is an emergency broadcast. Is there anyone out there? Is there anyone out there left alive? Anyone? Anyone? I got a crappy connection to the internet. What figures when everything breaks down? We get crappy connections to the internet. Anyone out there? Can anyone hear me? Please acknowledge it. Are you on your ham radios? Is there anyone still alive? Am I the last man left on the planet? Hello? Hello? Is there anybody out there? Is anyone receiving me? I'm sorry, folks. I think this is the end. Humanity's done for. If you are receiving this, I am Celtic Rebel. If you are hearing my voice right now, you are part of the resistance. A resistance to a system that was put in place thousands of years before you were born. So you must rise up and fight the machines, the reptiles. You know, the bat people. You know, you gotta, those guys. The Illuminati. Yeah, you gotta, whoever I tell you to fight, okay? Alright, you can hear me? Can you hear me? Is there anyone alive? I think how many of you guys are wondering. The few of you surviving out there. At least I know there's maybe about 30 of you at least maybe a few more as far as I know. I couldn't tell. I went for a walk earlier with the dog. I didn't see many people. I saw a lot of lights coming from the houses. A lot of blue lights coming from people's backyards. But I didn't see any signs of life. The reason for the emergency broadcast system test this past week was so that I could put out my emergency broadcast. They planned ahead. They knew the anal apocalypse was coming. They knew. 11/11/11 came and went. So there's very, very few of you out there. I know that. And it's a miracle there's anybody left alive other than me on this planet. It's good to know that I'm not the Omega Man. Good to know I can still get laid once in a while, although it'll be more of a challenge now with all that geographic space between us. No comment. Resisted the easy one. So yes, if you're out there and you can hear my signal, you're not the resistance. That's crap. You're a survivor. You're one of the last human beings left on the planet. And that doesn't apply to all of you, by the way. Don't pat yourself on the back prematurely there, okay? There's a lot of you listening who aren't human beings. And you probably aren't going to be. Get over yourselves. Get over your zombie selves. But, you know, it's a miracle to me, considering all the things that have happened in the last 10 or so years, that should have pretty much wiped us all out. When we had Y2K back in 1999, 2000, hundreds of thousands of people died there. We had, all sorts of things happened since then. It's just a miracle to me there's still people out there still alive. 2008, we had the army of underground, bionetically enhanced army of attack baboons. They were unleashed upon mankind. I remember the baboon wars, man. I was there. It was brutal. The cybernetically enhanced baboons. I watched them tear one of my buddies apart, limb from limb. Thank God I had bananas on me. Thank God I had a banana. I managed to get rid of all my bananas before I made it in the house, and I survived. That was 2008. I'm sure many of us remember that year and all the loved ones we lost back then. I would say let's take a minute of silence, but there's too much silence here, pending the apocalypse, or after the apocalypse, the anal apocalypse. The anal prolapocalypse, the duckbill platypocalypse. I think it was in 2009. We had H1N1 unleashed on mankind, watching friends fall like dying birds from the sky. It was horrific. It was horrific. Those of you who can hear me, I'm sure you lost many a loved one back when H1N1 was released upon mankind. We had the swine flu. Swine flu wiped out a good number of the 80% of the remaining survivors. So they fulfilled the promise to wipe out 80% of us. But the cruel bastards, they keep wiping out 80% of the 80% of the 80% until there's just very few people left on the planet. I guess it's 20% of 20%, which would be 0.04, something like that. Math. Yeah. They're what's the opposite of, what would decimating do when you do it to like other than every 4 people? Would that be 16 senating? Any professional Roman linguists, Latin linguists out there who would know the proper term? Anyway, swine flu wiped out. I had friends on the Gulf Coast, living in Louisiana, Florida, Mexico, Cuba. The BP oil spill wiped out a good number of them. I don't hear from them anymore. Florida's been turned into one big black landmass, wiped out, doesn't exist anymore. It's a miracle there's any living souls left in Florida. We've had a lot of stuff since then. It's just a miracle to me that there's still people alive. But I know there's some people alive because you can hear me. I got confirmation in the chat room. People can hear my signal. Oh yeah, in 2009, Nibiru came. The aliens got off that planet, wiped out a whole mess of that. Then they came back in 2010, just to show the cruelty. Apparently Nibiru doesn't return every 3,600 years. Nibiru returns every year, apparently, if you listen to the conspiracy industry. So not only did it come in 2008, it came in 2009, it came in 2010, and it came again just a couple of weeks ago in 2011. And it's going to come back in 2012. And the aliens are going to keep stepping off Nibiru and killing us after the earthquakes and the floods and all the wacky weather events. I remember the last year that Nibiru came around, man, that was a particularly bad year. California vineyards didn't put out any good wine that year. That was a tough year to be a human being on planet Earth. Post-Nibiru apocalypse. Number 3. We've had it 4 times so far. So it's a miracle. I guess back in August, was it? An alien armada that was stationed discreetly off the Kuiper Belt, waiting for aliens and cowboys to be released. They came. They wiped out the 80% of the 80% of the post-Nibiru people, post-Sever. So, as you can see, the Masons were right. The evil Illuminati, scum-sucking Freemasons were right when they put up their monument to Rosencrantz, saying they want to wipe out 80% of humanity. It's just that they left out the small print. I guess some patriot pissed on it. We couldn't read it because his piss was highly acidic, cut into the limestone. Because it said, LOL, we're going to keep wiping out 80% of you again and again and again until there's almost none of you left. So, yeah, that was brutal, man. That was brutal when the alien armada that was parked off the Kuiper Belt came, wiped out all these people mercilessly, disintegration rays, exploding anal probe, bomblet thingies that would blow white liquid all over you that would like disintegrate you after they so brutally penetrated you. But obviously they couldn't wait until after cowboys and aliens came out. There's a very good reason for that. Very, very good reason for that. As we found out, those of us, the survivors, I guess in the last 3 or 4 years, there's been 2 or 3 alien exoduses where other aliens, the good aliens, have come and lifted other human beings off this planet to take them away. So I guess they took out, I don't know, would they take 80% of us? That'd be a lot of people. But maybe they came after after all the chaos. So there were a lot less. So, when there's still a few of us left, you can fit 80% of us people in a spaceship. And it doesn't require you breeding an armada, bringing an armada. That's harmful war. So yeah, I know some gay truthers managed to arrange. When I say gay truthers, I mean guys that take it up their ass. Managed to arrange passage for those of you who managed to give them enough money, because they are alien ambassadors. So we'll miss you guys. You guys that got taken off to other planetary worlds after parting with your money. Jesus came back like 6 or 7 times, bringing the sword of fire. So yeah, more people. What's the most recent thing? Elenin? Yeah, Elenin came. Elenin came, crashed into the earth. It was a what do they call it? A LEO, what? Extinction level event, an ELE. Yeah, another extinction level event. Oh my God. So yeah, if you're hearing me, if you can hear my signal, you are the remainder. You are the remnant. I'm guessing there's 144,000 of you now. And by the way, apparently a lot of you didn't give a damn about, I gave you the opportunity last week. I gave you the opportunity to protect yourselves and your family for the coming 11-11-11 cross-dimensional Stargate opening up, an ethereal ass demon stepping through and sucking the life force out of your loved ones. Did any of you buy it? Did any of you buy this cheap device for $33.33, which would have protected your families? No. And by the way, I'm never wrong. Okay, I know some of you are going to say that didn't happen. What did you? How can you see invisible ass monkey demons? That soul sucking ass demons? They're invisible, all right? They're ethereal. You can't see them because you're human, you know. And your eyes, you can't use that good because the TV's told you what to accept and what not to accept. All right, Neo. Okay, Neo. Are you receiving me, Neo? Neo, you are the one. You are the one, Omega Man. So it's a miracle. So yeah, it happened. Okay, look, my predictions, I don't make them lightly. It happened. Now, what I didn't tell you was that see, for the ass sucking anal demons to come and destroy or suck the life force out of people, there's one major caveat out there, and that caveat was that you need to be alive. You have to have some soul energy, some life force. And I'll tell you what, particularly came true this week. I am seeing very, very few people with any sign of life form left in them. So, I guess I hope those ass-sucking life force-sucking ass demons from the other dimension, I hope they weren't too hungry when they came over here, because there sure wasn't a lot of life force to be sucked. That's why I laugh at like these zombie scenarios where, yeah, you know, zombie apocalypse, whatever. It's already happened, all right? It's already happened. I mean, if you want to see the zombie apocalypse, go out and talk to people. Turn on alternative radio. Turn on mainstream radio. You'll hear the zombies talking about all sorts of crap. All sorts of mindless crap. But, you know, that's why it's mindless, because it's easy to repeat. Even the zombies can do it. I'm sure some of them probably told you about all these events that I told you about, and probably pocketed some handsome money preparing you for these events that happened, obviously, because there's so few of you left. Otherwise, why would you continue to send these fools money or give them attention? Oh, it might be because you're already a zombie. See, that's the hard part. I had this discussion with a friend of mine. You know, how do you tell a zombie they're a zombie? You can't. Because you can't have that conversation with a zombie, because you're like, hey, you're a zombie. And the zombie's like, look, I can walk and I can eat. Therefore, I am alive, right? Well, not really. I think, therefore I am. Well, you're not really thinking. You're basically just regurgitating neurolinguistic programs that were put into you by the media and expressing opinions that are not your own. But I can walk. Okay, congratulations. You might actually even be able to walk and chew gum at the same time. It doesn't mean you're alive. And there's very few people that are alive. I'll tell you what, I am one of them. I am the Omega Man here. Not quite the Omega Man, but it does feel that way at times.